Hello, my friends on YouTube. Today is Sunday, the 19th of January 2025. Today's video is the grooming gang in the United Kingdom. Recently, well, not so many people actually spoke about that until Elon Musk put his comment about that. And reality is these things happen not just in Britain but all over the world. There are many people who take advantage of young children, boys and girls, and they groom them so that they can use them for their own sexual pleasure. So this is not new. This is throughout history is happening. And people know of that. My concern here that Elon Musk was saying this, or people were accusing Elon Musk that he is politicizing the situation. Reality is, I don't know what's in the head of Elon Musk when he criticized the UK and told them that this is not really, that's not right, and he called he actually called the king, and he said that the government of this town should resign, the judge, and he spoke of many people. Let's get to the situation. What have happened in the United Kingdom? In an area in Britain, a town rather, there are people from Pakistani heritage, but they are British, so it doesn't matter really. I mean, especially the Western countries, you go to Germany and there are, let's say, France, and you find a whole section in Paris that is from Moroccan origin people from Morocco. They migrated there from Algeria, from Tunisia, and so on and so forth. However, these people, they are third generation born in this area, and many of them are working people. They are like, they live there. It's their country. And many of them, even they don't know how to speak Arabic. My concern here is, I don't know if Elon Musk looks at this situation as politics. For me, it's not. For me, it's actually ethical. And unfortunately, that these things happen. However, it is considered a crime almost all over the world, except in areas that it considers it as a religion or faith. Why? Because the founder of that religion or faith practiced that nonsense. And because, you see, you will always have kind of sick people here and there. So when a sick person groom a child, boy or girl, because it actually, these sick people, they can do it with either one. So if this happens and this person is held accountable and pay for that mistake, whatever the law is in this country, I'm for that, because we cannot predict what people will do. So for the parents, take care of your children, protect them. And for these people who try to find a crack in the system to get into let's say he's a teacher, okay, and he works in the school, and he tries to take advantage of a child, or in a church, or whatever, wherever place where the children should be the most safe, and this person does that with a child, this person should be in prison and should no longer be with children. My concern here and my problem is when you make that a religion, a way of life, and you say it's okay. And because the people of that origin in Britain, they were twisted in the head as they were growing up to believe that this is from the Allah. Then at this moment we have a big problem. The big problem, actually, it started 1400 years ago when a sick person married a 6 years old child, girl, and he used to dream of her before even turning 6. He used to imagine how she looks like, or I have no clue what came to his head if he had a head. And then when she became 6, her more sick father and mother let him have her, to marry her. Okay? That is my problem. And then at 9 years old, he became 54. He consummated the marriage with this child. And nowadays, they do that in many of these countries that follow this wretched way of thinking and this ideology. For example, a couple of years ago, one young girl about 8 years old, 8 years old, her father gave her in marriage to a grown-up man. She died in his hand because a child in that age cannot handle this. So she died. Well, this man was saying, I didn't do anything wrong. This is our religion. We believe that a 7, 8 years old, 6 years old can marry, and she can, if she is strong enough and she's big. Probably she was big. I mean, her physical body was big, but she's still a child. She cannot handle that. So she was 7, 8 years old. The guy had sexual relationship with her. She died. If there was no sick faith to tell them to do that with the children, that child would be alive now. Okay? That's considered grooming, rape, and violation of the conscience of children. We take it one step further. Muslim Sunni and Muslim Shiite are always fighting one another since the beginning of time, since the inception of Islam. Muslim Sunni and Muslim Shiite are murdering one another every chance they get until this very day. And only a couple of months ago in Iraq, the only thing that it brought them together in unity and harmony was to examine a new law, not a new, but to reconsider the law of Allah to marry a 6 years old and consummate the marriage with her at the age of 9. And both of them agreed and sat in harmony in the Iraqi parliament to negotiate this law, and both of them wanted this law to pass. For a grown-up man to have sexual intercourse with a 9 years old. This is sick. And this sickness came to us 1400 years ago, and it's still projecting today. I think it's not a secret that all politicians, well, I shouldn't say all, but big portion of politicians are corrupt, and many of them accept bribes. And many of them, they enter into that arena practically poor or not really wealthy like millionaires. And many of them they end up millionaires. And the reason is because of what opens for them, and what opens for them, it has a price. And sometimes that price is to look the other way while the sexual grooming is going on with children, while rape is taking place of women. They have to look the other way, okay? And these people are not doing that because they are so much into serving the community. As I said before, I live here in the United States, and many of the politicians in the Senate and in the House of Representatives, many of them, they get tips that this stock will collapse soon and this one will rise up. So they sell the one that's about to collapse. They buy the one that it's rise so that they can make money. But in exchange, there is a price to pay here. Okay? There's a price to pay. You have to look the other way when this person is violating a woman or grooming a child. So many of these immigrants whom are second, third generation in these countries, whether it's in France, Sweden, United States, they actually advanced and they became politicians, and they are in political office. Some of them were mayor and some are, and in exchange, don't tell me that they don't accept money. It's either they are doing that to advance the agenda of their ideology, or they are doing that for a reason, not necessarily to serve the town. Serving the town, this is just a facade they put out so that we take care of the community, we take care of the people of our city or town or what have you. But reality is they serve themselves. They are to advance their own agenda, whether it's religious, that kind of sick faith, or what have you. And if somebody would like to debate that, we know very well that the Prophet of Allah, may the blessing of Allah be upon him, he used to pay people. It's called mu'allafa qulubuhum. It's in Quran that he used to pay money to the people of influence so that they can support him. So he would go and do his invasions, and the booties, he will take some of it. And that is actually by the Quranic law that he is to give some to those people whom are not totally united with him, so that they can actually let things go. Let him go his way, not to stand against him. And the very same thing is happening today. They learned. And until I would say about 6 years ago, Saudi Arabia was actually the spearhead that used to send so much money to these people to influence the free nations, whether it's America, all of European countries, Canada, wherever they can gain influence, they will do that. They will send them money. They will buy the mayor, they will buy this guy, they will buy this, and they will open things for them. And that practice was used at the time of the Prophet of Allah, may the blessing of Allah be upon him, was used after his death during the first caliphate. They used to pay like salary almost on a regular basis from the booties they get. They give salary to these people monthly. And the first caliphate continued to do this with this tradition And the second Caliphate, Omar, he was doing it until certain point when his army became big and strong. He said, we don't need these people anymore. If their heart's with us, that's fine. If it's not, it doesn't make much difference. So cut it. Even though it's in the Quran, he stopped it. He stopped it. But when it is needed to buy votes, to buy people, to buy politician, yes, give them a bribe. And Saudi Arabia was sending that. Now Saudi Arabia is not doing that anymore, or at least not officially. Maybe some individuals are sending, because so many of them are extremely wealthy. They can send individual donation, but not the country itself, not the government of Saudi Arabia anymore. Who took place of Saudi Arabia now is Qatar. Qatar, they have money like dirt, and they are using it in the same manner, in the same way, in the same usage. So now we are in front of a dilemma, in a way, in a very difficult situation, that the disease that was there in this region 1400 years ago came to Europe, came to America, came to many places. Okay? And we have to deal with it. I'm really thankful, I'm happy, I'm optimistic that tomorrow, President Trump will be inaugurated as the President of the United States of America. And actually, he will have tremendous influence over the world. And now, those who were walking all over the United States in the past 4 years, that will no longer be the case. Now they know that there is a new sheriff in town, and he is going to dictate to each one of these gangsters what to do. And Britain and European countries, you have to grow a spine. Okay? You have to learn to say no. You have to stop accepting that dirty money. So these people, the Pakistani gang in Britain, they're using justification from Quran. I'm going to put that in the description box, because the Prophet of Allah, may the blessing of Allah be upon him, had a Quranic verse says, I don't recall the whole thing, and I'm going to find it and put it in the description box, but what it indicates is the women normally, if they are divorced from their husbands, they can marry after 30 days to make sure that they are not pregnant, because once a month women have their monthly period. So if she doesn't get the period, that means she is pregnant from the husband who had divorced her. Okay? So it means whatever she is conceiving is the child of the husband that she divorced, or he divorced her rather. And therefore it's clear that this child belonged to this man. So she can marry only after 30 days, when she is sure either she is pregnant or not. And for those women who hit menopause, which they don't get the period anymore, because they're not sure if their periods had stopped, or because of their age, or they are pregnant, they have to wait 3 months. Then their stomach will show if they are pregnant or not in 3 months. If they are not, they can go, and they wish to marry again, they can go ahead and do that. The third exception is those who have not yet menstruated, those who did not have their period yet. That means little girls. If a girl did not get her period and married and got divorced because she doesn't get period, she is supposed to wait 3 months in case if she got pregnant and nobody knew that she reached maturity at this time, so she waits 3 months and then she can remarry. That means girls normally get to that age, well, it varies, but some of them as young as 10 years old and probably younger, they start to have their period. But before that, they can marry and divorce, and they wait 3 months. So meaning, when they are 9 years old, like the Prophet of Allah when he married Aisha, his young bride, okay, that means she may have not yet menstruated or had her period. She was a young girl, okay. So this sick teaching was in the mind of this gang, and they went out and they acted upon it. And the answer is to stand up against this nonsense. Unfortunately, many people, many politicians, many leaders, they prefer to look the other side, look the other way, and pretend nothing is happening. And that's why Elon Musk called Britain and the British authority. And I hope the British King Charles, stand up and take action. We thank you very much, and we hope to hear from you.